But we have also watched Onward, the new, is it a Pixar film?
It's a new Pixar film.
That they made available on Amazon because people can't obviously go to movie theaters right now, and it just came out.
Yeah, we'll do a quick, you want to do a quick review of Onward?
Didn't like it.
Hated it.
It's a perfectly wonderful movie.
No, it's not.
For children.
Maybe.
I was it's so much of a bummer because I was listening to a friend's podcast and they were raving about it, that they had seen it, and I was like, how? I respect this person. And
yeah.
I think we got a bad taste for it right away, and then we just kind of forced ourselves to finish it, and so we just were in a grumpy mood about it the whole time, and then it became a fun thing to make fun of. It's a cool movie, but it's definitely for children. All the jokes in it are very sweet and cute, and not very, there's a lot of Pixar films that like have adult humor in it that's like, masked in the childish, animation, and this just didn't do it for me. It had all of the makings to do it.
Yeah, and even beyond that, like, it didn't feel like there's no like adult humor, but like it didn't feel very imaginative for a movie about fantastical creatures.
Yeah, that's it. It had a lot of opportunities to be really wonderful and magical and extraordinary, and it fell a little flat for me.
I laughed like 3 times, but
I laughed once at a character that like eats shit, and I was like, that's just in line with my sense of humor, so that's an easy laugh for me.
What part was it when they?
It's like a character in the tavern or something like falls in the background.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, and it falls
I thought you meant
really
literally like eats poop.
No, that hasn't happened in the movie that I noticed.
We've watched Onward. That was terrible. We watched the 2nd season of Kidding.
Yeah, which was amazing.
Loved Kidding. Holy crap.
I didn't watch season 1. You had just turned on season 2, and I caught a second of it, and I was like, what is this? This is incredible.
It's so good.
Yeah, and it just got better and better, and like that, talk about Onward could take some notes about like fantastical exploration of
and, like,
a world.
Child like related stuff.
With like massive adult themes.
Man, I did not expect that show to be so good.
It made you mad.
It made
was
me
so
mad.
good.
It was so good. Yeah.
Because you start thinking, oh, wow, this is so beyond the scope of anything I could create.
Oh, yeah.
It's so beautiful.
It made me so truly angry.
Yeah.
Which is such a nice anger to have.
Yeah, it's actually kind of nice to be like, oh, I love that this challenges my limitations on things.
We tried watching, I think it's like Hunters, or not The Hunt, but
yeah, I think it's called
Al
Hunters.
Pacino thing or something like that on Amazon.
It wasn't my speed.
I'm trying to talk about the entertainment stuff because I feel like Joe and Steve know so much more about movies, and I never talk, so I'm just about them because I don't know anything about movies.
Sure.
We don't watch movies hardly at all.
We watched Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman.
Oh, that was very fun. Back to back. Yeah.
Those were really, really fun movies. And after coming back from going to a dog show for the first time and then watching Best in Show, it really is capturing the exact world of the dog show. It was so wonderful.
The dog show, babe, that was, if we knew then what we know now about the world, I think we would have gone earlier, maybe.
I would have, we would have got there at the very opening of it and stayed the entire day and just soaked in every ounce of it.
Because we got back from London, fortunately, before they cut off travel from London to the U.S. So we were back home. And Mamrie, I think, had the idea.
Yeah, she had texted me while we were in London saying, if you guys get back in time, there's a dog show like a half hour outside of Los Angeles. And we were like, yes, no matter how jet lagged we are, we will go.
Yep. And I was super stoked. I saw some corgis.
Yeah.
But we
went too late. It was towards the end. They were kind of wrapping everything up. But it was still wonderful.
It was so wonderful, babe. Walking in and seeing that many dogs and that many big dogs, and they're all perfectly well behaved.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
You had an emotional reaction to it.
It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
They're all beautiful, and they're all so sweet, and all the owners are so exactly
hilarious.
what you would expect them to be.
Yeah. They care very much about the creatures that they're showing and are all professionals, and also at the same time, this ain't their first rodeo, and so they're all just kind of like shooting the shit and eating pretzels and like flat ironing their dog's ears.
Yep. And it's also free in case anybody wants to go.
Yeah.
And you can just walk around, but it is a weird feeling to be like the only person without a dog and everybody else.
I walked in with such reverence at first because I didn't know what the rules of like decorum were for everyone. And I was like, these are performers. I don't want to get in their way. And I kept like grabbing you, being like, Elliott, they're about to compete. Get out of the way. And no one gave a shit. Everyone was very like it was so casual. And the true thing too is as soon as you went up to a couple like people and their dogs and asked if you could pet them, they were so friendly because they do take pride in these animals, and so there's a sense of I think accomplishment from them that like of course pet my beautiful dog, tell me how beautiful it is.
It was like a pack of like Burmese mountain dogs or something, and they have the sweetest faces.
They were
and this
beautiful.
thing was just staring up at me, and my hand, its head was so big that my hand barely covered the top of it. It was the best. We sat down and did like we watched the process, I think, of the terriers. Yeah. And picked out our favorite and then watched them do the walk and then the run. But as it was happening, you kept noticing the bulldog that was in the baby stroller that kept going back and forth. And then each time you go, the bulldog's coming.
The bulldog's coming. And I said, give him anything he wants. That's the mayor of the competition. Give it anything it wants. Let it compete in all of the categories. Yeah. Oh, it was so perfect, and it knew it was perfect too. It couldn't care less if you like looked at it correctly.
It was a wonderful creature, and that was the last time we went outside.